Hey everybody, if you're moving to Temecula and you want a local's perspective on 7 things that you can do to save money and still enjoy yourself in Southern California, you need to watch this video. My name is Joel Daniel. I'm broker with Greenleaf Real Estate here in Temecula, and I wanted to do this video because of costs going through the roof everywhere in the United States, and I wanted to give you my personal experience, things that I do to still enjoy my life here in Southern California, but also save a ton of money on certain things. So if you plan on moving to this area, make sure you watch this video and subscribe. Thank you. Let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was the wineries, and it's a great opportunity for people to get out and do some things and in the long run, save some money. I strongly suggest that if you move to Temecula that you join a few of the wineries. They're going to range anywhere from, $40 a month all the way up to $80, $85. I would say that that's a pretty good range. And it's just going to depend on what type of wines you're looking for. So a lot of wineries, they'll have all white, a white and a red, and two reds. If you're going to do the plan with all red wines, it's generally going to be a little more expensive. Now, how are you saving money? Well, every single winery in Temecula have plans for you to do wine tasting when you are a member. Most of the wineries that I know have 8 tastings a month. Now, you can either get a glass of wine with that tasting, or you can get the actual taste. I think they pour 1-ounce pours. You'll see a lot of them, they have like that tree of 6 or 7 different wines on that wine tasting tree. So those are the 2 options that you have with your tastings. There are wineries that allow you to go every single day if you wanted to and bring somebody, and you get 1 glass of wine. The other wineries, you have 8 tastings, and you could bring up to 8 people in that one day and give them all a glass of wine. So it really just depends on what you would like. A lot of people that have people visiting from out of town prefer the 8 tastings a month. So just right off the top, $50 a month, you get 8 tastings. If you translated that into restaurants, it would be way less expensive. Plus you're getting bottles of wine. You're also in the community in that winery. And what does that winery allow you to do? Well, they have live music. A lot of them have nights where they'll have dinner and a bottle of wine for a certain amount of money that, again, is less expensive than going out to the restaurants. They have beautiful areas to sit. It's a really good opportunity or place for people to go and sit, hang out. It's very peaceful, and it is probably one of the best attractions, in my opinion, in Southern California. So over time, if you belong to 1, 2, or 3 wineries, you're going to get those bottles of wine. You're going to get wine tastings whenever you want. And instead of spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars at bars or restaurants, use those opportunities that you have being a wine member and go to the winery instead. One specific winery that I wanted to talk about that is a really awesome opportunity for everybody is Lorimar. Number 1, they have a beautiful winery and wine country. Number 2, they have a location called Lorimar Loft in Old Town. When you become a member of Lorimar, you are able to use your tastings at either location. So if you wanted to go out to eat, let's just say on a Friday or Saturday night down in Old Town, you can go to Lorimar Loft, have a glass of wine, and then go to dinner. It's just a different experience, something different to do. They do have live music on the weekends. And this is, I'm telling you, now the drinks are $15 for a glass of wine anywhere you go, it seems. If you take your 8 tastings and go down to Old Town a couple times a month, you're going to save yourself hundreds and hundreds of dollars over the year. So that's the biggest thing. And if you want to ask me specific questions on certain wineries, we've belonged to at least 15 wineries over the past 4 or 5 years. So I really have a good idea of which wineries what wineries are going to work best for you. What type of wines do you like? Where's the location of the winery? What type of events they have? I can answer all of those questions. So make sure you, if you have those questions, make sure just give me a call, send me an email, and I will answer those for you. Okay, next up, and one of the things that I talk about very often in the Exploring Temecula YouTube channel is how many HOAs there are in Temecula. And not only how many HOAs there are, but how many of these give you the pool, give you the walking pass, give you the barbecues, give you hot tubs, give you tennis courts, give you pickleball courts, volleyball, most of these communities that you're going to pay $100 a month for, they are going to allow you to use these facilities on the weekend and save money. Now, how can you save money? Well, just last weekend, we went to our pool. We brought food, we brought drinks, we brought things to barbecue. We hung out at the pool all day. We barbecued at the pool. And I'm telling you, especially if you have a big group of people, if you were going to go out to a restaurant to eat on a Saturday, if you were going to go do something on a Saturday with your family, everything that you do in Southern California, parking, food, drinks, is going to add up and be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So now all you're really paying for is the $100 HOA payment a month, and then your food that you're going to eat anyway while you're barbecuing in these HOA facilities. It truly is over, and I'm going to say this a lot, but over a year's period, it's going to save you thousands of dollars, and it is a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of the residents. There's kids there. If you have kids, they're going to meet friends, and overall, it's just a great experience and something that we really enjoy doing on the weekends during the day. Look for happy hours on a Friday night, from 4 to 6 or 4 to 7. There are lots of restaurants that you can go that have, a couple dollars off of their drinks and some happy hour specials in way of food. In my opinion, the best happy hour in all of Temecula is Yard House. They have half off all their appetizers and their food is really good. So look for happy hours. Okay, so next up, energy costs are going through the roof in Southern California. So when you are purchasing a home, look for something that does have solar. I would say around 20% of the time, the solar is already going to be paid off for you. Now, there is more competition for those homes, but theoretically, you can get in a home with solar that's 3 to 5 years old and not have an electricity bill. There are other options. I would say about 15 to 20% of homes in all of Temecula would have solar at this point. So even if you do have a remaining balance on that solar, at least you're not going to have those $600 to $800 bills in the summer, especially if you have a pool, especially if you have electric cars. These bills are going, I'm on some Facebook groups, it's just astronomical what some people are paying for their electric bills during these months of the summer. So you can get away with, even in a lease solar, you can get it. What that does is it's just going to average out your yearly cost. So instead of having a $700, $800 bill in the summer for 4 or 5 months, your bill is going to be anywhere from $70 to $150. That is the average that I see if the solar is not paid off or if the solar is leased. So definitely what will save you money is buying a home that already has pre-existing solar on it. Okay, next up, and one of our favorite things to do in Southern California, weekend getaways. Of course, Temecula is in the middle of everywhere. You've got Palm Springs, the beach, San Diego, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. You've got the mountains, Big Bear, Lake Arrowhead. Now, how do you save money doing these weekend getaways? Make sure you go on the off times. I'll give you an example. In Palm Springs, nobody really wants to be there May 15th through August or through September 15th. Well, early summer is a great time to go to Palm Springs. And the hotel costs are extremely, I'm not going to say cheap, but they're way less than they would be during the year or during the spring or winter periods, because that's when everybody goes to Palm Springs. But you can go to Palm Springs, May, June, get a really good deal on a hotel, only have the temperatures be 95 to 105 degrees. You're going to be by the pool anyway. And during, after the pool by 6, 7 o'clock when you're going to go out to eat, the temperature is going to be anywhere from 90 to 95 degrees. It's actually pretty nice to walk around in Palm Springs during that time. So make sure you're picking the periods of when you want to do your weekend getaways on the off seasons. The beach is another great example. September, October, November. Yes, are you going to be able to swim Probably not in November, December, but you know, September, October, you could still swim. And again, it's getting into the off season. Everybody wants to go to the beach June, July, and August. There are places on, and I'll give you a couple tips here, redweek.com and also Platinum Interchange, where you can go and get a timeshare, rent a timeshare for around $700 to $1,000 for a month right in Laguna Beach. And that is really, in my experience, that's just unheard of. You just have to be flexible and be able to pick the times that not everybody is going to the beach. Same thing in regards to the mountains. The mountains are actually beautiful in the summer. You're going to have 80 to 85 degree temperatures. You've got Big Bear Lake. You've got a lot of hiking. You've got camping. And take advantage of those times, because again, in the winter, that's when everybody goes up to Big Bear. That's when your Airbnbs during Christmas time, they're going to go from, on average, let's just say $100 a night all the way up to $300 a night for the same property. Okay, next up, get involved in hiking or use your HOA community walking pass. There are a few HOAs that I know of personally that have miles and miles of walking pass. There is a community called Meadowview where it has, I think it's a 300-acre green space where you can bike, ride your horses, and do all of those things. Another thing that Temecula does have a lot of is hiking. So take up some of these outdoor activities, and especially, again, starting in September all the way through till April or May. This is a beautiful time when the weather is nice. It's going to be 55 to 60 degrees early morning or mid morning, and then maybe get up to 70, 75 degrees in the afternoon. So if you are interested in that type of thing, use the free things that Temecula, the outdoor activities that Temecula as a city has, but then also your HOA has. So there you have it, guys. Thank you very much. I thought I'd do this video. Some of it you might be interested in, some not, but those are things that we personally do to save a lot of money over the year. And I'm telling you, after that year's period, you're going to be thousands and thousands of dollars. If you implement some of these things, you'll have that money back in your pocket. Until next time, from Exploring Temecula.